What's up, guys? Homoerotic video here.
This is my time we're on, not yours. You never imagined you'd be here to worship Zev Atlas, did you? No, you didn't.
And today, I want to talk about an old friend of ours. Or, someone dear to my heart, since he was my first Degenerate Deeds video. Daniel Larson. And one thing that me and Daniel Larson have in common, we do self-harm. Now, don't worry about me. I used to do that in middle school, back when I used to listen to Undertale animatic shit, and I would cry because I was lonely. Now my form of self-harm is watching people eat shit. I'm still lonely, though, but, it's alright. I watch people eat shit. That's my self-harm. Anyways, Daniel, he hits himself a lot. Bro looks like he came out of a Cold as Life show. Fucking hardcore as shit. Bro looks like he was in the pit getting punched 24/7. And you know what? I gotta wonder. That has probably affected his brain chemistry. Other than being a pedophile regard. Now, I don't mean anything towards the differently abled or autistic. I got the tism myself a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But, autistics are known for hitting themselves. I know people who have, they have autism, they do that sort of thing, and, I feel bad for them. I really do. It sucks. Like, it sucks to not have really control of over your emotions, and it gets a hold of you. But for Daniel, I don't really feel much for him, seeing as how he's a PDF file and a morbid animal abuser. Remember the whole arc with Music, his dog, and that he hung out with a cemetery poser kid with a fucking Burzum shirt underneath a fucking bridge? Now, you know what I don't get? Motherfucker, back in the day, I'm saying back in the day like I was alive back then, but back in the olden days of 2000, early 2000s to like 2010s, kids who wore Burzum shirts, they smoked cigarettes and, said racial slurs in, Call of Duty lobbies. And they would blast Philosophem all day, because that was the only album that was readily available. Anyway, off my tangent. We're gonna be looking into, Daniel Larson's history of self-harm. It's quite the touchy subject of the video, so, I guess if you don't want to hear that, then, you can leave. I think it's funny watching a pedophile that has legitimately harmed children, hurt himself. It's kind of like watching a mini Hitler running into an electric fence and, shocking himself over and over again. Although, I assume some of you wouldn't like that. But, anyway, that's fucked up, I'm sorry. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it. To describe the Panera incident, is, it's pretty much the same story with Daniel. Daniel was being recorded or followed by someone, and then, he gets freaked out, he goes into some place, starts to have a fucking shit fit, and, it's typical. But this case is different, because he looks like he just came out of a fucking hardcore show. As you can see, I don't know how much I can show of this, bro looks pretty beaten up. Now, usually it's by his hand. 9 times out of 10, if he's ever physically harmed, it's usually by his own hand. And, as you can see from this clip of him fucking pounding himself in the face, he put some pretty good haymakers in there, I gotta say. Daniel, could probably make a good living as a professional lightweight boxer. Kind of like the Glass Joe equivalent of, lol-cow boxing. That'd be actually a cool as shit idea if someone does a boxing game similar to, Mike Tyson boxing or whatever. Like you just have lol-cows that you have to fight, and, the first one you fight is either, I feel like Cyrax or Daniel would be good as the first, introductory character to it. But moving on from the Panera incident, there's a lot more incidents to go, so, and I'm kind of going through them lightning fast. I'm just getting to the meaty bits where he hurts himself. We're going to be moving on to the hotel incident. I believe this is the hotel incident. It's the one where he's in the back of it, like punching the grass and like hitting his fucking face into a wall. Literally the "I hate the floor" meme. And I believe this was over Grace, or a fake Grace lying to him. If you remember correctly, if you're up to date on your Larson history, Daniel has a sickening fascination with, when he first started his fascination with her, she was like 10 and he was like 15, so it was already off to a bad start. But he's a pedo, so what do you expect? He has a fascination with this like child actress named, or singer too, I don't know what she does, named Grace Vanderwall, and he gets tricked all the time and fooled into believing that people are Grace, or Grace hates him. Typical. I know for a while he was convinced, Jacob Sartorius, the kid from 2016 that made the sweatshirt song, the one everyone made a fucking video on. Yeah, Daniel was convinced for a little bit that Jacob Sartorius stole Grace from him, apparently getting Grace pregnant, and various other things. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to fool Daniel, as you can see. I don't think the Jacob Sartorius stuff was the cause of Daniel's freak out at the hotel. But I wouldn't put it, probably a bit of it. Daniel's fucking brain is an enigma. I don't fucking know what he does half the time. He pulled a fucking fire alarm at an Olive Garden because he, I guess, wanted a way to get out. I don't know. He was fucking thinking that people were recording his nudes. But anyway, that's a different story. Daniel just kind of like, beats himself up in this big ass clip here. And I gotta say, he's really just kind of like pussyfooting around it. Like, I don't know. He's like when he's smashing his fucking head into the wall, like he really just looks like he's not like, he doesn't look like he's putting his full effort into it. Plus he's punching grass. Kind of weak, dog. Kind of weak, brah. Now, a lot of these incidences are, minor. No, not like that, you sick fuck. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, yeah, a lot of these incidences are miscellaneous, minor, whatever buzzwords you want to say. One in particular that I find funny that I'm just going to kind of point out now. It's not really a video to go along with it, as far as I know. But as you can see, Daniel clearly put his head through a fucking wall when he was living in assistant housing. And I gotta say, my boy looks pretty fucked up. We've all had our gamer rages. We've all done the Bill Dotrieve, shoved our heads into a drawer and then, like, shut it on our head over and over again in an attempt to self-end. But Daniel, he just goes straight through the fucking wall. Bro is I gotta give him that. Maybe if he wasn't a pedophile regard, or maybe, if he wants some purpose, he can be used as a javelin missile for the United States government. Anyway, here's these other incidences that I find interesting. So as you can see here, Daniel is hitting himself. He's making a very, very goofy face while doing it. Bro kind of looks like the guy from Human Centipede 2 when he's trying to get his Human Centipede to diarrhea. I don't know the context behind this clip, by the way. He just looks goofy, and that's why I wanted to show it. We also have the infamous Bob incident where, this is the first one, not the second one, where he's in Bob's car and is repeatedly punching himself while saying that, Bob is doing it, which is pretty typical of Daniel. Daniel and Andrew Ditch, they have a lot in common than more people think. They both are weird about poop. They both are weird about pee. And they both hit themselves and blame other people. It's quite interesting. We also have this incident where he was, I think this is the New York one, where he was beating himself up in the hospital after he was acting a fool in New York City. I gotta admit, the New York arc I didn't really care for. I thought it was kind of meh. I find this next clip, I find the incident where he was locked out of his account and crying and asking for help funnier than anything. I'd say this is probably one of his better freakouts. And again, I guess Daniel's freakouts aren't as interesting because Daniel is basically like it's kind of like you get scared because it causes more harm to other people than like a Cyrax one. But you know, it's whatever. Now to kind of cover what I think of you know, Daniel's chemistry, his brain chemistry, because of all this. You know, other than, you know, the obvious things, you know, Daniel being a schizoaffective, or at least schizophrenic, having a form of autism, and that like weird disorder where your skull looks like a fucking bird or something. I don't know. I feel bad saying that. I'm not even trying to be like offensive. I genuinely don't know what it's called. But you know, I don't think the hits do much better. It's kind of like Andrew Ditch. Like they don't really do much for the already messed up chemistry in this person's head. One thing though, I do believe that Daniel's hitting himself is a lot more destructive than Andrew's, because when Andrew does it, it's usually just for attention. But Daniel, he usually will, you know, hit people and then hit himself and then say that they hit him. You know, the whole Bob thing where he was beating him up in the car. Bob ran over me with his car. Bob ran over me with his car. You know, that thing. But yeah, sorry this video's kind of been a little disjointed and weird. I'm working on something kind of bigger right now, because you know, I want to be able to post content more regularly, because I hate having to leave you guys with I leave you guys with 2 weeks without content, and then I just post something out of the blue. So I'm trying to get better when it comes to scheduling. Like I said, I'm dealing with real life stuff. I'm dealing with a lot of things right now. I am going to be talking about Lolcow Live, or whatever it's called, the shitty fucking... it's not shitty. Oh, it is kind of shitty, but I'll explain my reasons why I don't like it in the video I'm going to make on it. But yeah, other than that, this is Spite. I'm leaving. I'm never coming back again. If you ever... You'll miss me when I'm gone. All of you will write stuff. You'll miss me. Alright, see you guys. Bye.